Chapter-02 International Maritime Transport. Water transport, especially through the oceans and seas, has been a major contributor to the planet's progress. As industrialization and international trade expanded, the countries increasingly invested in seaports, airports, produced storage, and large ocean going ships. If you see in the image, you can see in the international maritime transport, world commercial fleet as of 2015 consists of 89,464 vessels. 9.84 billion tons of global seaborne shipments were done in 2014. Greece is the largest ship owning country, followed by Japan, China, Germany, and Singapore. Though trade had flourished through the ages, maritime transport matured in technology and tonnage only after World War II, especially in the last 3 decades of the 20th century. Trade barriers have diminished with globalization, advanced maritime engineering technologies, and containerization. Computerization has changed the ways and conduct of international trade and transport. Let us see the status and challenges. Recently, a major disruption in the sector was caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Geopolitical factors of the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the China-Taiwan tensions also add up to the diminishing growth. Decarbonization is another major challenge for maritime transport, along with high shipping costs, fuel costs, freight, and logistics costs. The Drewry World Container Index Composite is an indicator of the container spot rates, which had climbed 5 to 6 times since the end of 2020 and breached $10,000 in 2021. The main challenges in terms of quantity are geographical restrictions due to narrow channels, capacity limits of ports for mega ships, unused container spaces on the ship's utilization risk. The main challenge in terms of sustainability are environmental regulations, higher costs due to switch to sustainable fuels, recycling of ships. Let us see the impact of modern technology. In shipbuilding, the preference for lightweight components, superior hull coatings, energy efficient main and auxiliary machinery, condition monitoring, predictive maintenance regimes, etc., will continue to improve. Electric cargo handling equipment, high stacker forklifts, etc., are already present in many modern ports. E-documents, paperless smart technologies for swifter truck movement, digital tracking of containers, etc., are changing the business process in shipping. Let us see the opportunities for improvement. Structure favorable tax regimes and incentivizing shipping. India is placed 35th among the 46 countries in the Prime Index. Prime Index is protectionism in maritime economies, implying a high level of protectionism. Reduced protectionism can make shipbuilding and operations more competitive and improve the efficacy. Low tonnage and dependence on foreign vessels for overseas trade. This is largely attributed to the poor vessel turnaround and aging Indian fleet, the average age is 20 years and above. This causes a bleed of foreign exchange also. The port calling costs in India are also higher by 3 to 5 times in neighboring ports when compared, and high logistics costs. Improved interland connectivity, easing port congestion, and investment in infrastructure, etc., can help with fighting these challenges. Lack of focused attention on core and areas of concern. These include shipbuilding or repair or recycling, container manufacturing, etc. India has about 32 yards with a capacity to build ships, but the major share of shipbuilding is held by the public sector yards. On the ship repair front, India is yet to exploit its proximity advantage, that is, the geographical location on the international trade routes. The global market in recycling is between $10 to 12 billion, whereas India's share is around $100 million only. Development delays in ports sector. The integration of inland waterways with ocean transport would pave the way for reducing congestion and costs. Maritime India Vision 2030 or MTV 2030. It is by the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. This is targeting to further the economy of India. The Maritime India Vision is a 10-year blueprint with the aim of overhauling the Indian maritime sector. The Maritime India Vision 2030 was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Maritime India Summit in November 2020. Recently, a direct port entry DPE facility of VO Chidambaram Nar Port Trust has been inaugurated by the Union Minister of State for Shipping. The project will make Indian ports world-class ports, aligning with the Maritime India Vision of 2030 of the Ministry of Shipping and Waterways. It will also help in increasing the ease of doing business for the exporters as it is cost effective. It is the latest venture of the Sagarmala program, which outlines a series of policy initiatives and development projects. Maritime India Vision 2030 will create the Waterways Connectivity Transport Grid, a project that will develop connectivity with Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar. Additionally, a Riverine Development Fund RDF will extend low cost funding to finance inland vessels and for extending the coverage of the tonnage tax scheme to inland vessels. The port charges will be rationalized to make them competitive, along with the scrapping of hidden charges levied by ship liners, thereby bringing more transparency and accountability for decongestion of urban areas and developing the waterways as an alternative means of urban transport. Maritime transport will be a major mode of trade across the globe, especially considering the volumes. For sustainable development, three major factors, namely geopolitics, environment, and technology, will have to be kept in the scheme of things. Thank you.